Oh, hey. Thanks to all my patrons and the people who waited a year. It's the Shotgun 2 Beers episode of Fix My Car Cast. I don't think I need a thumbnail because I don't have the beers currently. But, yeah. Bet you're wondering how long this gimmick within a gimmick is going to keep going up. And so am I. Anyway. Excited to do this episode. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see how sustainable it is. And maybe, just maybe, people will vote for me to not have to keep doing this. But I let the people decide, and I've already learned my lesson about don't do any gimmick you're not actually willing to do. What is the human capacity of the stomach? Yeah, that'll just be my opening line. So what is the capacity of the human stomach? And then this is where the theme song goes. I had to wait a while to start this. There was a bunch of noise going on outside. My neighbors were like power washing the whole building. It was weird. Anyway, I'll get started now. You're listening to Fix My Car Cast, hosted by Bear Claw Billy, and this is episode 122. Comedian and musician Keith Hebert is switching out 2 kegs. But first, housekeeping. This is the show where you pick what I say and how I say it. Pick a topic or prompt by donating to the GoFundMe, and vote on the gimmick by joining my Patreon for just $1 a month. Join at the $5 or higher level, and also get bonus episodes and behind-the-scenes footage. Links are in the description. Also down there, merch. Get yourself some merch. That's right, you need to buy 2 shirts this week, because you're making me drink 2 beers. Those are the rules. I've decided now and forever. We have several donors this week. Thank you, Ada, for donating $5. Thank you, Adri, for donating $15. And thank you, Tara, for donating $20. Aw, shucks, don't I feel loved? The total raised for paying off my car repair debt is now $2,200. Also, when we get to $3,000, it unlocks an automatic show gimmick, which is I will record an episode at sea. Fun fact, did you know that this whole podcast disappears when we hit $10,000? Let's bounce. This party's lame twice, bro. Hey, do you like the theme song? No? Well, if you make a donation of $50 or more, in addition to picking an episode topic, you get to change one thing about the theme song forever. Yep. Unless somebody else changes it back. Want me to break out a cover of 2 Wonderwalls? Well, legally I can't, but want me to make it sound like 2 Oasises? I'll do it, $50. Also, if you would like to own the painting I made in episode 118, I'll be giving it away to the next person who donates $100 or more. That's right, own a piece of Fix My Car Cast history. While you still can. No new patrons this week. Bummer. I think somebody downgraded, though. Now it's time for a topic suggestion. I'll suggest topics I think I could easily talk about for a whole episode, though admittedly, I think the show is more fun when it's something I'm completely clueless about. So, something I could talk about is how my knife got the name Jacqueline. Want to know more? Donate today. Checking in on the best city in the world based on which city listened to the last episode the most. And we've got us another impressive singles night tie. A lot of listeners. It's really ramping up. Ties are broken by whichever city listened to the most episodes. And our big winner is Portland, Maine. Congratulations, Portland, Maine. Let it be known that your 2 Faber colleges, 2 Grand Lake universities, and 2 Blue Mountain states are the best in the world for 7 days. Or should that be 14 days? No, let's not fuck with it. Last episode, I talked about beavers while shotgunning a beer. You can see video of all the raw footage, plus a little extra, over on Patreon. Also, head over to Patreon for a bonus episode where I talk about the film Late Night with the Devil. It's great. Check it out. Do not listen to that episode until you've seen the film Late Night with the Devil. And if you only can do one, listen to the episode or watch Late Night with the Devil. Watch Late Night with the Devil. That's right. I would lose my own money to get you to watch the fantastic new film Late Night with the Devil. Okay, let's talk next week's gimmick poll. These are your choices for next week's episode gimmick. They are: do it like a drill sergeant. Come on. Shotgun 3 beers. Incorporate 25 Disney movie lyrics. And our returning gimmick, get tickled by my Valentine, who as of this week, that will again be Goose. Fan favorite Goose will come back on the program and tickle me. So if you want that, vote for it. Let's recap. Number 1, do it like a drill sergeant. Number 2, shotgun 3 beers. Number 3, incorporate 25 Disney movie lyrics. And our returning gimmick, number 4, get tickled by my Valentine. Remember that any gimmick that gets just a single vote is eligible for a second chance in 6 weeks. Be sure to vote over on Patreon. The poll closes Thursday, May 9th at noon Eastern America time. Sidebar, Get Complimented by My Valentine did not get a single vote and is thus eliminated. So if you want Goose to feel a little more appreciated, vote for Valentine this time. But if you're a horrible person who doesn't care about Goose's feelings, do the beer thing again. Keep making the number go up until I die. I don't care. All right, time for today's gimmick, which is shotgun 2 beers. Of course, gimmicks don't start until housekeeping is out of the way, in case any of them prevent me from sharing vital information. And I am now going to transition to the outdoors for this because obviously drinking 2 beers, shotgunning 2 beers is a sloppy process. But now, we are entering the Gimmick Zone. From this point on, gimmicks are active and everything is improvised. Today's topic comes to us from Ada for $5, and I have been asked to review the album Desperate Times, Desperate Measures by Adult Girl. I have moved outside, as I said, we don't want any mess. Last week when I had to shotgun 1 beer, the topic was beavers, and I said, ha ha ha, UMaine Farmington. That's both shotgunning a beer themed and beaver themed, because that's their mascot. This time, I'm just outdoors. I'll be completely honest with all of you. It was mostly just a hassle to find a place where people weren't doing noisy yard work. And this is no exception. Somebody's got a weed whacker over there. This is the 3rd location I came to because I can't just seem to find any peace and quiet to record my silly little show. Anyway, good news for all of you. Your friend Jacqueline is back. Jacqueline is my knife. Again, you can sponsor an episode about how my knife got the name Jacqueline. But we're back, folks. I had a terrible time shotgunning 1, and now, because of the whims of you, I've got to do 2. Now, I think I'm going to get 1 out of the way, talk the album, and then maybe do the second, but also if somebody comes around wondering what the heck this is, well, that's going to be a problem for me. Anyway, Jacqueline out. Once again, getting this beer just absolutely pegged. And we've got our fizz, and we widen our hole. And once again, I do not understand this as a concept, as a scientific thing. Jacqueline goes away for now. Almost cut my finger off. Here is my beer with a hole in the back. I should say here is 1 beer. But hey, you want to talk about the band Adult Girl? I sure do. Here I go. All right, so Desperate Times, Desperate Measures is by the band Adult Girl. And if you want to listen to it for yourself, the first thing you need to know, excuse me, is that the band's name is all lowercase, ADLT space GRRRL. Now, I'm pretty sure the band has trouble with people figuring that out. And I'm not going to be like, come on, folks, it's not that hard. For the record, I once had a band called Your Friends at S period C period A period M period M period. And our first album was called The Invasion of the Radioactive Tectonic Gerbil Zombies from a Planet Called Scam. So I know a little bit about putting out an album that people have trouble finding. Desperate Times, Desperate Measures, Adult Girl, check it out. I'm only telling you because in an audio medium it might be hard to figure out what the band's name is. So once again, that's ADLT space GRRRL. Okay. Excuse me as I'm shaking off the effects of one half of this gimmick. There is actually still a little left, so maybe I have failed you. But okay. One down, one to go. Now, today's topic was sponsored for only $5. $5 is the bare minimum that you can give at GoFundMe. I often say, the more money, the more enthusiasm and passion and research I put into your topic. So for just $5, I have taken no notes on the album Desperate Times, Desperate Measures by Adult Girl. I can't even name all of the tracks right now off the top of my head, but I certainly could try. But I certainly won't. I listened to it once on my drive to Farmington. I enjoyed it. I remember really liking the energy of it. And I also listened to it on my drive to wherever I am now. Don't ask, don't think about it. Definitely don't join the Patreon so that you can see the video version and find out where I am right now. It's totally nothing special. It's nothing you need to see. I'm just telling you the truth right now. Your life will be better having not seen the video version of this. Well, I won't say better, but it'll be the same. I feel like you can go to your grave happy in the knowledge that you didn't see where I'm standing right now. All right, one empty can down, get back in the jacket, and yes, there is a second. Oh, yeah, I guess just for thumbnail purposes, you probably need to see that I do in fact have 2 beers. Oh, no. So, this album, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think the genre is pretty solidly rock. I would maybe go so far as to say a little grunge, probably the closest to grunge. Despite the fact that I'm wearing a denim jacket, I am not an expert on rock music. To be honest, it's a little bit outside of my wheelhouse. Some people are walking a dog, and so I gotta play it cool for a little bit. The album is good. It's a banger. I really enjoyed the energy of it. The vocals really killer on it. Lot of screaming, lot of not so much screaming that I want you to think it's an all scream album. But the points where the screams come in are like, so choice. You really feel the pain and the anguish. And I have to compliment that. Now, not being a rock listener, I tend to tune it out if the drums and the bass are not doing anything interesting. That's usually when I tune it out, and I'm happy to report not the case on this album. I really feel like all the instruments come together as a whole. They're not all doing the same thing. I hate when a bass line is just the melody but an octave down. I find rock tries to get away with that a lot. But not going on this album. The drums, love the fills, nice and crisp and good. Yeah, I was a fan. I dug it. Again, this is not my wheelhouse, but this is the kind of thing that if I hear it in a bar, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. I would definitely listen to this album again. Again, individual tracks. Cubism was a track that I really liked. I remember that one sticking with me. And oddly enough, not because of the lyrics. It's got a real just yell chorus. And I appreciated that about it. And yeah, it really stuck with me. It's like there were some other lines that really stuck out to me. What was one? There was I don't know who I am, but I know what I'm not. That was in a track about Omaha, which interestingly is in the middle of the album and kind of stands out from the other tracks. I feel like, honest assessment, it was jarring to me the first time because I want to say it's just voice and ukulele, and almost every other track on the album is a full band rocking. So it was interesting. I liked that it stood out to me. One of my big complaints in music is nothing surprises me, and it was oh, so yeah. There was a moment of does this belong on this album? But it's yeah, I really like that it's here. It's kind of a nice little break before you get back into pain and anguish. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't remember the full title of it. I did just listen to it, and again, I took no notes. Um, so, I feel like there's people nearby, and I feel like that's probably the ideal time to shotgun a second beer, because that's what we're doing here. Folks, feel free to pop on over to the Patreon. It's just $1 to vote on what I have to do on this show. Just $1 a month. That's so cheap. That's like 1/10 of Netflix, and you get to feel like you wield real power. I listen to you, the voters. So, you know, if you're listening to this and you don't normally listen to this show and you don't want me to die of alcohol poisoning, guys, I'm gonna cap the limits on what a human being can reasonably drink in one 30-minute podcast. But I'm not gonna lie, there is a part of me that wants to just see how far we can go until this stops winning. I'm soaking wet and I'm near the ocean. Oops, gave away a little bit of where I am. But again, you don't need to jump over to the Patreon to see where I am. There goes the loud yard work. Boy, this is my life, huh? Anyway, Desperate Times, Desperate Measures, good album. Summer Beach Hit. That is another track that I enjoyed because, you know, I feel like it's in a Blur's Boys and Girls scenario where it's like, I think it's parodying the kind of music we don't do, but then it becomes a hit. Yeah, Summer Beach Hit is about, like, no one even cares about the words. You know, taking me to task for being like, my favorite parts of Cubism were But yeah, enjoyed it. There's a couple of times where different vocalists come in, and that kind of threw me for a little bit. The vocalist on most of the tracks, you know, not sure who it is, but real good. Yeah, no, I really like the vocals. Like, it's like agony, pain. Like, I can't. I'm bad at describing music. That's why I make it. I can't describe it, so I make it. Yeah, how about I just reveal this album by releasing an album? Which actually isn't too far off, because I was here yesterday and this very place inspired an album in me. But that's way off topic. We're not talking about where albums come from. We're talking about albums that already exist and that I'm listening to. And you should listen to too, because I don't know, maybe Adult Girl will get like 14 cents for that. So anyway, yeah, check out Desperate Times, Desperate Measures, wherever you get your albums. I did enjoy it. Again, not my usual genre, but like for being outside of my usual genre, something I really enjoyed. Like, I feel like I definitely like dip a toe in like punk and metal and grunge and things like that. But you know, I don't hang out. I run back over to my stuff, which, I don't know, you've been listening to this show for 1,000 years. You know what I'm into. You know what I like. You know what I am. Do you know what I am? I don't know what I am, but I know what I'm not. Oh, I was about to wrap up the show, and then I remembered the gimmick isn't done. Boy, howdy, let me tell you what. This is such a great podcast, and we all know it, and we all love it. Well, $5 review, I feel like that has been taken care of. That has been accomplished. So now, a second beer, a second penetration from Jacqueline. Oh boy, folks. Let me tell you what, it's time for Shotgun 2, Electric Boogaloo. Once again, Jacqueline, back in your safety pocket. And now, holy fucking shit, I do this again. Okay, I'm going to commentary this time because I get a second chance now. You got to open your throat, is what I heard. Like, you're not supposed to be sipping. You're not supposed to be gulping. You're supposed to just open it and dump it. So I guess that's where my sign-off comes from. Another reminder, listen to Desperate Times, Desperate Measures by Adult Girl. And as always, oh my gosh, folks, I'm so worried I'm not going to pop the tab when I need to. And that's what this delay is about. I have like fancy nail polish on right now and I don't want to screw this up. Oh my fucking God. All right, don't vote for 3 beers. I cannot. I am fucking serious. I can't get the tab bent to just a little bit where I can pull it. Gang, I hate this. Stop this. Don't make me do 3 more of these. This is fucking dumb. Why can't I get my finger under the fucking tab? All right. As always, open your throat. There's more beer here than here. I'm proud of me, and you should be too. Go to the Patreon where you can, I don't know,